The Wolverines will kick it away to start us off. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hester. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Back to pass, it's Mendoza. Works the middle of the field. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. The give from the gun. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, of great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always mattered. You go back to 2006, number 1 versus number 2, so always disdain.
A shot toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
Man, what great discipline by this defense. They didn't sit on route short. They take a shot down the field on 3rd and short. Questionable shot, probably. Nice job being disciplined and getting the interception.
Yeah, and just because you have the shot play called on 3rd down like that as a quarterback, that doesn't give you the freedom to just throw it down there if he's not open. I think that time he forced it into traffic, and that's why it got picked off.
Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. On the run, it's Frazier. Gets a nice surge and crosses the 5 to the 6-yard line, a pickup of 3.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
The give to the single back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
With the catch, it's Becker. Out of bounds at the 13, and that's just what the doctor ordered for this offense. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Back to pass, it's Mendoza. He wants to take the top off. Pulls it in down the middle. There he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They already have the lead, and they're trying to build it here in the first quarter with an onside kick. They got on the ball, but I believe he touched it before it went 10 yards, and there is a flag on the field. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The gun, the running back has it. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
To the air on second down. Buys a little time with his feet. Caught over the middle. It's Rivers. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Looking to throw, it's Mendoza. He's moving out of the pocket. Finds his man, it's Tyson. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
That's really nice fundamentals by a right-handed quarterback, going to his left, getting the shoulder turned and the hips around, helping him make a very accurate throw.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Intercepted, a first half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to throw on first down. Looking for a deep man. Grabs it up to 25 in stride. Touchdown Buckeyes. And they take it in for 6 more points. Here comes the 2-point try. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. This is ultra-aggressive, still in the first half, got the lead and going for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
We're only in the first half. I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You've got to make them pay for gambling.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
I has so much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1-2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Still from the pocket, fires over the middle. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Looking to throw on 1st down. Gonna let it fly. But that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because it...
Oh, he's got some space. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and this secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the 2nd quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Looking to buy time. Trying to find his man in the middle. It's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground, you're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
To the air, it's Mendoza. He makes the grab for the 2. I don't know why you need to go for 2 there, but they do, and it's successful. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Looking to scramble. Makes the grab. It's Rivers.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. And the fourth option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. To the air, it's Mendoza. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Turning it on. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Ohio State.
And they'll try to tack on two. Trying to slam in. He's got the two-point conversion, and they build on that lead. They already have the lead, and they apparently want more here in the first half, going for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Wide receiver going in motion. Scanning the field, it's Mendoza. Good timing on the quick out. They bring him down, but it'll be first down at the 42. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've got it, 1st and 10 at the 42. Looking to throw on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This pass rush is real, man. They force the quarterback, they flush him out to the left, and he's trying to scramble around, find an open guy. They still are able to get a hit on him, and that forces the incompletion.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Right on target this time. The offense will quickly use a timeout.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs manageable. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play call.
He'll throw on third down. Under fire. Working that left side. Bulldozes his way through. Touchdown, Michigan. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. 2-point conversion attempt is coming.
Green 25.
Looking to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Barnes. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
The score, Ohio State, 38, Michigan.
So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. To the air, it's Mendoza. Oh, he wants it all. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. Just about set to get this second half underway. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Ready to get that offense rolling again. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Grab near the sticks. It's Barnes. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
The short hands, it's Dickey. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Reese just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be...
He's looking deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down. And the Wolverines are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Just keep slinging it. Quarterback now breaking the field. They get to him as he throws. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job by the defense closing it off and making the interception.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Hits him in stride inside the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Ohio State. Ohio State is dotting Michigan's eye as the Buckeyes are firmly in control.
And Ohio State, you know, they've let a few get away from their rival in Michigan, and they're trying to get that back. So they came into this one with a chip on their shoulder. They're not always used to being in that position when they play against Michigan. But, David, in the second half here, it's all Buckeyes.
Yeah, and you know you got to be physical. When you play the Wolverines, you know the type of brand that they play. Ohio State has matched that physicality. They have been ready. They were ready for the game, and they've handled business.
Dropping back, it's Mendoza. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. And And the kick bounces out of bounds. They will not get the onside attempt, but they will draw a flag. They'll send the back in motion. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Turns it loose. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, the best thing that's happened so far in this game for this offense has been looking this guy's way and giving him a shot. He has their only touchdown in this game, so they're trying to take another shot down the field. Good job in coverage defensively. You've got to be aware of where this guy is because right now he's been their biggest playmaker.
Got it in the middle. It's Tyson. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. Breaks into the open. Now the connection takes it to the 11. The Wolverines want to crank the tempo. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. Touchdown Wolverines. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Well, I love the decision-making by the quarterback, going to his go-to receiver in that situation of the game, but defense, come on. You got to know that's the guy the QB's looking for.
Now the two-point conversion attempt is coming. Finds his big tight end. He will not get there. Brought down at the one, and the two-point try is no good. After that score, they'll try to build some momentum here in the third quarter and get it back with an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. To the air, it's Mendoza. Quickly to the tight end. At the 35, he's loose. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. He'll set up to throw. And that one is picked off in the end zone.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time he just tried to force it into a tiny window. It ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
Michigan 12.
After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball. of the quarter coming. Off play action on first down. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And, man, that was a nice job by the tight end, finding the soft spot in the defense in the end zone on that TD.
Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. Looking for a man. It's Mendoza. Makes the grab for the 2-point conversion as they cut further into that lead. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Now facing a 3rd and long.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly, go!
From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. On target to the left. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmys and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Buckeyes are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
And at this point on the field, I mean, I guess why not try to guess the snap count? Defense gets caught, still 1st and goal. And he'll be stuck. Got nothing. Line of scrimmage still at the 4. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Quarterback sneak trying to power his way ahead for a few.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Finding it tough to make positive yardage now. 3rd and goal from the 2. They're going to run it. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total. backfield for the two-point try. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking, trying to escape, cannot. The sack thwarts the two-point try.
That keeps the score. Ohio State 56, Michigan 20.
They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
Great protection, and down the middle it goes.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Inside the 25. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Might be looking to run. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the fourth quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after you, as you saw it on that sack there.
Catch in the middle, it's Dickey. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead. Undeterred by this huge deficit in the last half minute, they'll line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Trying to burn this defensive back. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. Trying to pick up a first down. Looking to throw, it's Mendoza. He's not afraid to go deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And the offense comes up short on third down, but I tell you what, they've still had a good day. There's so many positives to point to. I'll be interested to see if they go for it here on fourth down. They don't have to. They got the lead. This offense is put together.
Throws toward the end zone. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on fourth down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing.
It's caught. There he goes. They make the stop, but that's going to do it here as time has expired, and that'll just serve to pad the stats. The game may be the best rivalry in college football, and this year, the Buckeyes will hold the bragging rights. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. On the move from inside his 5. He gets a block. He's on the loose. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Well, I'd say that's quite a way to make an early statement. Take the opening kickoff and run it all the way back for a touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Daniels. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Gonna run it, it's Daniels. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
Well, that's not the start this offense wanted. Your starting running back puts it on the ground on his very first carry. This is a guy they need to have the big game. They need him to get his confidence going, and that last play isn't going to do that.
Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Tough way to start this drive. Now they'll try to fix it on 2nd and 15. Looking to pass. It's Washington. Throws for the tight end. A strike downfield. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot. He's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have a target like that.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big-bodied guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Motion from the wideout. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Trying to pull his way in. The big tight end was fighting for every inch, but he will be stopped short, and it'll be 4th down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past?
Touchdown, Wolverines! Fired in from the red zone for the score. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Daniels. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Quarterback making checks. Williams will pass. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Looking to take a shot. Makes the grab inside the 30. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. What a dynamic play on that last one. Flips the field, and they've got it 1st and 10 from the 28. They'll give it to the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That back got thumped, and that happened fast. That linebacker got in there so quick.
And the most important thing for the back, when you see that coming, make sure that football is riveted to your rib cage.
You lose the football, you lose the ability to carry the football. Coaches are going to give that squarely to somebody else.
We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Williams looking for a man. Quickly complete. There is nowhere to go. He is stopped, and it'll be 4th down from the 23.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You're looking down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the 1st down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
On 4th down, going to the air. Wide open downfield. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
The Jayhawks will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defense coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. Wants to go up top. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. On to attempt the try.
The kicker on for the extra point.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds, and that's where the offense will go to work. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. They'll go to the ground. Makes his man miss. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And that's a great idea by this defense, man. Third down, it's money down. Where are they going to go? They're going to go to their go-to guy. And what does the defense do? They double-team him, take him away, and force the fourth down.
He'll field the punt. Slips through the line. You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Williams will pass. Pressure coming. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
The offense changing the play. Going to swing it on second down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Michigan. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Set to advance on the football.
He'll bring it out. It's Daniels. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. He'll start this drive firing. Quickly out to the tight end.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Williams looking for a man. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Catch inside the 25. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Caught in the backfield. It's Daniels. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Archoke Jayhawk. He'll try to tack on one more.
Is on for the extra point.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with a 15-yard scoring toss. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Send the tight end in motion. Back to throw, it's Washington. Sends it downfield. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And quarterbacks got to understand, I know you got your favorites, and you're going to look out there and go, that guy's really good. I'm going to find ways to get him. But I got to take what the defense gives me, and double coverage is probably not the avenue that I want to go attack consistently.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle. It's Brown. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Trying to beat the D deep. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says. So the penalty for pass interference will allow this offense to run one more play on an untimed down.
Number 45 on the field.
Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. And the Wolverines will kick it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Daniels. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Those 2 first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the 3rd quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here for the first drive of the second.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. Williams will pass. He lets it fly. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
This offense is done being patient. They're down on the scoreboard here. Now, early in their first possession in the 3rd quarter, they're being aggressive. They're taking shots. They're trusting their playmakers outside to get it done. That time, the defense, really nice job forcing the incompletion. They were ready for it. This offense, though, they need to stay aggressive.
Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Fires left. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere. Just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do. But maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the 1st down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Looking for room. It's Daniels. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
He wants to change this route. Williams looking for a man. Pocket breaking down. Forced to just throw it away on 3rd down, and now they face 4th.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing. We're in the 2nd half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Throws to the wideout. And they can't connect. A costly turnover on downs.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass. They forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
So here comes the Michigan offense. From the gun, running back gets to give. Can't get him to the ground. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
Pass to Stetson, still on his feet. Brought down at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. It'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. I don't know if it was luck or a aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
But one thing I do know, Reese, this running back's got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over.
Touchdown, Wolverine! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the extra point is good for a 28-14 lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Set to kick this one.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Daniels. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Quarterback making adjustments. Williams will pass. He's going to let it go. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
And I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
It's a fumble. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes.
That's a big-time blow, man. Once you get that under that 3-minute mark and you're down by multiple possessions, you've got to put something together. The last thing you can do is turn it over because that clock is not your friend.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. On the move at the 30. All kinds of room to the right. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Michigan. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Kansas offense returns to the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, you've got to lock in.
Man, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Might be changing the route. Williams looking for a man. Quarterback just flat missed him. Incomplete.
You got to love what you've seen from the defense in this game, too. They knew coming into this one against this quarterback, being as talented as he is, they were going to have to be really good in coverage on the back end, and that's been the case all game long. They have never let it be easy for this quarterback.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He's going to fire deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
Being started out great on this drive, but then a couple of incompletions, and now it's 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Daniels. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On 4th down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Williams will pass. Here's a heat. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
2nd down, he'll throw it. The quick out. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
And the Jayhawks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Fires to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds right at the 23-yard line.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
The Jayhawks with the 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route. To the air on 1st down. Keeps looking downfield. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Williams looking for a man. Unloads to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the 1st down?
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
And the Jayhawks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Missed his receiver there, it's incomplete.
Man, do I love being a defensive lineman in games like today when you know you got to go get the quarterback. Like, they're down on the other side, they have to throw the football. Only chance they have to get back in. I'm playing the pass every time, pinning my ears back and going to get the quarterback.
After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. Wants to throw again. Looking for the score. Quickly complete. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
And they'll try to bite a chunk out of this lead on 3rd and goal. The play action fake. And down he goes back at the 3. A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Will pass. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Jayhawks. Quick strike through the air for the score. No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. Wants to go up top. He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they draw a little closer. They're definitely up against it. Time running out. Down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. They'll run the counter. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. From the gun to give, looking for room. They don't get nearly enough on 3rd down, 4th down coming from the 48.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Even with this lead, they'll throw again. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down, they were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. Williams looking for a man. Rushes on him. And down he goes, and that's going to do it. Didn't have much of a chance there, and the defense puts an exclamation point on this one. Sometimes it's just not your day. Things just didn't work, and that seemed to be the case here.
Yeah, they didn't get the W. They didn't do enough. But now you start to think about what could I have done differently? What do I need to become more offensively? Defensively, what can I morph into to make those extra plays, Jesse? That might be the difference in the next game that I play.
Yeah, David, they just need a little bit more. They need a little bit better effort next week. They're going to need better preparation this week in practice. There's no doubt this team has a lot of talent, but we just need a little bit more to ensure that this doesn't happen next week.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The play fake on first down to throw. Punch it out of the air. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Quarterback there just trying to go to his primary target. They're just not on the same page.
The Minutemen come to the line on 3rd and short. To throw, it's Washington. It's complete. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
There's nothing better than opening drive, coming out as an away team. Everybody's got all that excitement, all that energy, and being able to run the football and physically exert yourself to start a football game.
Got his man downfield. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Going the other way, and he's got room.
And how about that play by the defense here early in this game, opening drive, facing one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football, and they're able to get an interception. That is going to be massive for their confidence in this game.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Makes the grab on the left.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Daniels. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Ripping up the huge gain down to the 17-yard line. The Aggies have it with a 1st and 10.
Man, these plays are really, really simple and really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get him nice positive gain.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the 1st quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. He might want another play. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's got it on the run. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Man, you see those tight ends catch the football. You're coming up and try to get them on the ground as fast as they can. They're such big athletes, though. You gotta pick your poison. A lot of times you try to go low, and they hurdle you or put that hand down. Nice job by the tight end breaking a tackle and getting some extra yards.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
And the Aggies trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Quarterback looking for just a crack on the sneak. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. And I don't think he got in. Those big bodies up front just creating a wall at the goal line. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. Didn't move it a millimeter on that last play, and now they'll try it again on 3rd and goal from the 1. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So they marched the ball 41 yards on that drive. And it was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Dropping back, it's Washington. Oh, better look out! Turning it on! They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
They'll move the wide receiver. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's got an open man. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. He unleashed that one. Some serious spin rates and revolutions on that one.
You want to talk about velocity? How about the arm talent this kid has? I love watching him throw these curl routes. He's in rhythm. He takes his steps, and, man, when he decides to pull the trigger, watch out.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. The Minutemen can explore that playbook on 2nd and short. To the ground with the back. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
UMass getting set to snap it on 1st and 10. Back to the ground game on the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best.
Touchdown, Minutemen! All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
Nice job putting a drive together. Nice job punctuating the end of the first half. There's still some time left, Palmer, but they can tie this thing up right now.
Yeah, and this is a staff that has so much confidence in their offense. I like staying aggressive right here, going for two, taking the lead into halftime, and putting a ton of pressure on the opponent.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he makes the extra point. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, and he loses the ball deep in his own end. Touchdown, Minutemen! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Lining up to add another. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. Bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. Going to throw it over the top of the D. Oh, it's picked off. Trying to take it back. Ripping through the defense. The tag. Touchdown, UMass! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Daniels. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. The throw to the outside is complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. Stands in and takes the hit. It's caught downfield. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on first down. Unloads it downfield. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
You just wonder if the quarterback's trying to get it all back after throwing a pick the last time out. This time, that was not a good read. The defender was all over that throw. He should have intercepted that, but thanks to the drop, the offense stays on the field. This quarterback has got to take a breath, and he's got to settle himself down.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. Second half just about to get started, and UMass will kick it off. He'll bring it out. It's Daniels. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They'll start this third quarter with a run. Got enough for the first. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David. And they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Rifles it down the middle. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field. Because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven, if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him, but this is just as good as...
Breaks into the open. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing him. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers, they can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
UMass lines up with a first and goal. Looking for a man, it's Washington. He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
Looking to fire. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, UMass!
Number 1 with the catch.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Bring it out. It's Daniels. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Daniels. There he goes. Corral, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And one of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
Bringing the heat.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Makes the catch. It's Daniels. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4.
Listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Just broke the tackle and still on his feet. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
The snap sets up the throw. Back's got it. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Aggies. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. He leaves it with his back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. That's the end of the quarter, and it's UMass holding the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking downfield, it's Washington. Under fire. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
This defense continues to do a great job of not letting a great athlete and quarterback make big plays on them. Great job pursuing him, keeping him in that cage, not letting him get out.
Time to take a shot. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on fourth down.
Well, you're up by 2 possessions in the fourth quarter. They're hoping with that conversion they ice the game. They don't get it. It feels like they're going to win, but we've seen crazy things happen in college football, and they've left the door open here late. Let's see what happens.
He's looking to throw. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, Aggies! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
And the extra point cuts the lead to 7, 28-21. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The this offense returns to the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David. Oh, he's got some space. The 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Minuteman.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
He'll bring it out. It's Daniels. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. Touchdown, Minutemen. The defense putting points on the board.
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep two hands on the ball. That time, he got hit. The ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Daniel. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Making side adjustments here. Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
And that's the first time the big fella's made a play. Like, this offense is built around his dynamic playmaking ability. That's usually a big part of what they do. It's not a surprise that they're losing in the fourth quarter.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Touchdown, UMass! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
That defenses are always trying to force turnovers, to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. So the Texas A&M offense returns to the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the...
Throws toward the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
And back to the air on second down. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. He wants a big play here late. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. "90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Turning it on. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum.
And it's really nice to have a workhorse running back that you know you can feed and get productive gain after gain. Now over 100 yards. You've already got some separation on the scoreboard. I would continue to feed this workhorse.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Running back searching for a hole. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And this defense is well aware of the situation, and they're so aware of it. That goal line package is coming out, right? They've got to stop the run. They know the offense wants to eat clock. They got to get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance to get back in this football.
Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats at the end of the season. We look up, you got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
That's caught. It's Brown. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Aggie. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. Ready to try the point after. He's looking. It's a fake, and the kicker's going to throw it. And he'll be brought down.
The attempt at the two-point conversion is no good.
Undeterred by this huge deficit in the last half minute, they'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick, and there's a live football. They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. On the move. Finding an escape route. Gets it past the marker. He's loose. He's at the tip. And he takes it in on the final play of the game. You played through the echo of the whistle, and they did that with the sealing touchdown. Not a lot of drama in this one as they just get punched in the face and lose by double digits.
Not a lot of drama, but there is a lot to fix. On offense, on defense, on special teams. This team, David, they've got a lot to figure out.
Yeah, but you know what, Jesse? The coaches are going to be in a great mood. The bus rides, the plane rides, those will all be real fun. Practice this week, it's going to be a blast.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Play fake, looking to throw. Short connection with a tight end here. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
This is why running the football is so important. You run the ball, and if you go play action, it affects the eyes of the safeties and linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
It's a 1st and 10 play. Looking to throw. It's Hoover. Close to the tight end. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. Run it up the middle, but stuff for no gain.
My gosh, this offensive line's got to do a better job of blocking. The defense was zeroed in on the ball carrier and absolutely nowhere to go for the offense.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. Looks left and finds his target there. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a 1st down.
Well, big decision coming up now for this offense. I think they thought they might get this 1st down, but now 4th and 1. Offensive coordinator and head coach talking about it. Are you going to go for it?
Oh, a big decision here very early. They're going to go for it on their own side of the 50 on the 1st possession. A running play called on 4th down. The Knights moving quickly down the field here.
Gutsy call here by this offense. Early in this game on a 4th down, they decide to go for it, and they come up with the 1st down to be able to move the sticks and keep this drive alive. The gutsy call pays off for the offense.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Looking for his big tight end. And it's just beyond the receiver's grasp. Too much on that one.
Oh, man, I really like the route here by this wide receiver. Does a nice job of separating, creates some space there. The quarterback, unfortunately, just puts that ball too far out in front of him.
Offense lines up for a 2nd down play off the incompletion. Back to pass. It's Hoover. Looking for his big tight end. Catch is made down the middle. And they bring him down, but not before he reaches the 38. 1st down from there.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
The Knights starting a new series here on 1st and 10. They'll try the ground game here with the running back.
Chris, I know it's not a huge game. You didn't pick up the 1st down, but it's still early in this game. Never abort this running game. You keep working. It's kind of like a body blow in a boxing match. Keep wearing the defense down, and eventually you can hit a big one.
Here's the 2nd down play. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Running out of time in the pocket. Good as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Boy, that pass rush got in there in a hurry. Great job by this defense of disrupting the rhythm and timing between the quarterback and the receivers.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. That's reeled in. It's Gordon. Breaks into the clear. He runs out of bounds. That's a big gain there.
Chris, we've talked about this guy all week. We sat down with him yesterday in the production meeting. He had that look in his eye that he thought he might have a big day. And, man, is he off to a good start. Play after play, matchup after matchup. This guy puts the ball right on the money to give them big yards through the air.
The Knights come to the line with 1st and goal. To throw, it's Hoover. That's incomplete, even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure.
Just a misfire here by the quarterback. These are tight windows, man. They open and close so quickly. You got to almost anticipate where you're going to put the ball.
Trying for the touchdown, they'll test the left side.
Wow, what a good job by this defense stepping up there against that run at the 1-yard line. They stone him at the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 3rd and goal. The offense tried to throw, and then they tried to run. Maybe a quarterback sneak here on 3rd and goal to get it into the end zone.
Getting set for the second quarter here. Both offenses searching for a spark. They didn't do much in the first quarter at all. As we get lined up here for quarter number 2, we'll see if the offenses can get going. They didn't do much in the opening quarter. An exciting start to the quarter here as the offense facing a 3rd and goal. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking for 6. He makes the catch. Touchdown, UCF. Try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0 to open the score. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. The kickoff will bounce right through the end zone for a touchback. To pass. It's Mendoza. On the move now. Gets rid of it on the move. Sideline route. He's out of bounds before the first down marker.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. The ball is handed off out of the shotgun. A gain good for just a few yards. The defense swarming to the football.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
On the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Scrambling around now, looking downfield. And the tight end hauls it in on the corner route.
Chris, how about this? I mean, there's nobody open initially. He rolls out to be able to get out of the pocket and away from the pressure and eventually finds the big tight end for those positive yards in that first down.
And the Wolverines getting set on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw. With the catch, it's Dickey. Oh, what a cut, and still going. They finally make the tackle, but a huge gain down to the 15.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
It's the 2-minute timeout of what's been a really competitive game so far. Let's see if the offense can take the lead before the break. The Wolverines are in the red zone. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Dropping back, it's Mendoza. The pass rush closing in. And down he goes. It's a sack.
The defense, I think, sensing some urgency in this red zone. First down play, good job of pressuring the quarterback, pushing him back and putting him in a tough spot now on 2nd down.
2nd down, we're going to throw it. Looking to scramble. Going to try to use his legs here. They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the mark, inches away.
That's how you get after the quarterback. This is a great play by the defense of being able to affect the timing between the quarterback and the receiver. And, man, how about the hit at the end of the play? And he laid the hit stick on him there.
Brought down at the 3-yard line, but this offense now has a first down and goal right there. First and goal. Can the offense punch it in and tie the score before the half? They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Ball carrier tackled there.
Interesting idea here near the goal line, relying on the speed to get to the edge. It didn't work out this time, but maybe give it another look later on.
See if the offense can punch it in on second and goal. And the wideout goes in motion. Catch made on the right side. He's in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan. Set up now for the extra point try. And it's up and good. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. And it's Field, the returner, trying to create good field position here. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. So they'll start this drive here with less than a minute remaining in the first half clock. Back goes in motion now. Let's see how the defense adjusts. To the air, it's Hoover. Tries the right with a quick throw. And that one's picked off. What a play. And that's a solid return after the interception.
That offensive coordinator is going to have some choice words for his quarterback over the phone on the sideline after that throw. You have to be more careful with the football.
Convert that pick into points. They're set up first and goal. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Touchdown, Wolverines. They connect for 6. They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT puts them in front by 7. So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with the touchdown. Now they kick off and hopes the defense can get a quick stop. Fielded in the end zone. It's Galloway. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. Picks up some blocks. Can they catch him? Touchdown, Knights. They'll stroll into the end zone. We knew this returner was a dangerous guy. That was an electrifying play all the way to the house.
Chris, it was great blocking, but the guy just looked so natural back there as far as once he got his hands on the ball, it was like he was setting up his blocks, knowing exactly where he wanted to go, and then once he hit it right around midfield, nobody was catching it.
And he'll bring it out from inside the 10. Oh, and he's got some space here. They get him down, but he found a good lane in that return. So the drive starts with pretty decent field position. One more play before they head to the locker room. Scanning the field, it's Mendoza. Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. They can't come up with it there, and that's going to do it. Time runs out in the first half. The Knights will kick this away to start the second half. Returner trying to create good field position. And the returner is brought down. And the Michigan offense back out on the field. And looking to throw now on first down. Defense is coming after him. And that's just thrown away. A pretty obvious intentional grounding call. Yeah, here's the marker. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Using his legs here. They bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down.
Well, it's second down and forever. You know they're going to throw the ball. They want to throw the ball, but to the credit of the defense, there's just nothing open. How about this quarterback? Instead of throwing the ball away, he picks up some big yards. They get a real shot here now on third down.
Shotgun formation here on third down. Diving grab. What a play by that receiver.
Chris, when that quarterback threw that football, I didn't think that play had much of a chance. And how about the effort by this wide receiver to lay out and come up with that completion for positive yards?
Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. Play action here on first down. He escapes the pocket. Quarterback looking to scramble. Makes the grab. It's Dickey. Finally out of bounds after a solid gain, but there is a flag on the field. So let's check this out. Now it's second down here. Looking to throw. It's Mendoza. Going for a big play downfield. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
Yeah, we're seeing more and more of this in college football. Guys in that slot that got the ability to get downfield vertically. It's a mismatch if you have the right guy. This time they get the matchup that they want, hit it for a big one.
And the point after is good. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Bringing it out, it's Galloway. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line. Good job by the coverage team. Here's the first play of the drive now. They begin at the 19. First and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Looking for his big tight end. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up for the first down.
Boy, just a great job by this quarterback of being able to put this ball up into the air to give his receiver a chance to time that up perfectly for a huge gain for the offense.
Good pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Oh, and he fumbles. And the ball rolls out of bounds. They'll keep possession, but it's short of a first down.
Boom.
Hold on a second. The replay official has signaled that he wants to have another look at this play. So after taking a closer look, the officials will overturn that previous ruling. Backs lined up on either side of the quarterback. Dropping back, it's Hoover. Looks to the left, and it's complete. And he's down after the catch at the 12, a red zone opportunity.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Talk about quickness. That play is absolutely blown up in no time.
Chris, I don't know if that's a misassignment by the offensive lineman or just really good instincts there by the defender, but that play is blown up right at the snap.
Touchdown, UCF. They cap the drive with 6 points. Coach deciding to go for the 2-point conversion to tie this score right here. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. And he'll set up to throw. And he grabs it in the end zone. The conversion will tie up this football game. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. And he's brought down at the 16, but they're better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. And for the first play of the drive, they'll set up the 16. On first down, it's play action. Buying time, moving to his left. Looking deep down the middle. Aggressive call, a deep shot on first down, but incomplete.
Well, the defense does a really good job of getting that initial pressure on the quarterback, but this is what he can do. His athletic ability and his legs gets him away from the pressure. He buys some time, and I love how he keeps his eyes downfield. He's not scrambling to run. He's scrambling to make a big play with his arm, just unable to connect with the receiver downfield, but good effort and a good play.
Oh, and it's almost picked off. A chance for their first interception today. Going to set up third down.
Pretty nice catch here, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, and hands, sometimes a little questionable, as we saw here.
Back to throw. It's Mendoza. He's running out of time here. Trying to create outside the pocket, but they've got him for a sack. We get to the end of 3. It's been a tremendous competitive battle as we check out some of the stats so far. And let's see how this one unfolds in the final quarter, set to get underway. Tie ball game, late, and they're going for it on fourth down. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. Catch made down the left side, an explosive play. It's a nice game. They move the football up to the 27.
That's what you love to see from the quarterback, recognizing the receiver's past the marker, and a good job by the receiver to know where he needed to go to get that first down.
The Wolverines have first and 10 here. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Fires it to the wideout. And it's going to be way off. The receiver was wide open. The pass off target. Missed opportunity.
Chris, they come up with the incompletion, but I like the idea of stretching the defense. It can do so much to help out with your short to intermediate passing game, even effective running game, by making those safeties aware that you're willing to take a shot downfield.
And they'll stop him after a short gain.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup was good enough to move the chains. First down.
Well, the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
And the Wolverines pick up enough for a first down here. Receiver in motion now. Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Bringing pressure. He's hit just before the throw.
And I am so impressed with the athletic ability and speed of this defense. The quarterback does a pretty good job of keeping the play alive, scrambling off to his right, but that defensive speed and their aggressive nature get to him.
He'll hand it off. The clock has stopped, and we have just 2 minutes to play in this game now. One of the biggest plays we've had so far. Third down, and the crowd really getting into it. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Looking to pass. It's Mendoza. The pocket breaking down. Fires it on the move. Makes the catch in space. Brought down at the 18, and suddenly this offense is in the red zone.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
This offense shows its explosive ability. One huge play. They're set up just inside the red zone now. Oh, and he can't hold on. First down screen is incomplete.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Caught over the middle. It's Barnes. Tackled down at the 3 after the catch. Defense up against it now.
It's an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding that window between the zones and delivering the ball on time.
We'll try to muscle toward the end zone on the ground. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Give credit to this offense. They work some clock. They eventually get the ball in the end zone. Now they've got the lead. You kick the extra point, and you hope your defense can hold on so you can win this game.
Point after, not quite through. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Offense out there for the first play of this drive from the 18. Off the play fake on first down. Fires it to the wideout. That's knocked away. Defense makes a nice play. It's incomplete.
This is a great job by the defense, putting 2 defenders on the most talented receiver on their team. Make this quarterback have to find another option to move the ball down the field.
And that pass ball is incomplete.
Well, this is it. Late in the game, really tight situation. This is what separates a good quarterback from a great quarterback. Can he come up with the play to keep this drive alive?
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in 3rd and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down?
Well, that's not what you want to see as an offense when you're trailing late in a football game. An incompletion on 3rd down and long. It's a bit of a risk. But with that clock looking the way it looks right now, I think you've got to go for it here and hope to convert on 4th and long.
Drops back, looking for a 4th down conversion. Quick throw to his receiver. Oh, and it's incomplete. It's a turnover on downs. Crucial moment late in this game.
Well, as a play caller, you save this play for this moment. Under 2 minutes to go. 4th down. 4th quarter. Game on the line. And then you just got to rely on your quarterback to make good decisions and be accurate with the football. In this case, he is.
Looking for the end zone. Has a lane. Touchdown, Michigan. Still no answer for this offense.
What a huge score here by this offense late in the game. This touchdown makes it a two-possession game with under a minute to go.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. Extra point up and good. A two-touchdown lead here now in the fourth quarter. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And the kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. First play of the drive now from the 25. Back to throw. It's Hoover. Pressure is coming. That ball is incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on first down.
Well, they don't connect here, but this is what you have to do. It's late in the game. You need points. You're behind. You got to take some shots. I'd go right back to it, try to find a matchup, and go to one of your receivers that can make a play for it.
Pass incomplete under heavy pressure. Just got it away.
Anytime a quarterback's able to recognize a free rusher like that, that's what the check down is for. He has to recognize the protection issues quickly and pivot.
Looking for a late, deep throw. Oh, and he could not hold on. Would have been a huge gain.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
That decision to go for it on fourth down doesn't work out.